Hi everybody, it's Gemma. Welcome back to Pampered Wolf. Today I am going to be reviewing and testing out the brand new Sultry Palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have been so eager to get my hands on this. I know in the US you got this way before we did, but this came out a couple of weeks ago in the UK, so I got straight onto it. I actually used this on Saturday night when I went to my wedding and did a completely different look to the one that I've done today. I'm going to show you how I got this look today, but first we're going to go into swatches and actually get this baby open. Okay, so firstly, before we have a look at the Sultry palette, I have a huge apology to make. I am so sorry. I said I was going to show you my new hair down in the last video and then completely forgot. It was not an intentional tease. I promise. I'm not one of those people that will tease you. Well, maybe a little, but it wasn't intentional. I promise. I just forgot. So I didn't really think this through very well because I perhaps should have done a little bit of a reveal, maybe worn a paper bag over my head over the intro because you've already seen it now. Maybe there should have been a bit of a drum roll and then ta-da! Anyway. Here's the new hair. It's got a lot more dark in it than I'm particularly used to, but I love it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I have blonde in my hair, especially around the front, because I have a lot of silver and grey coming out throughout, around my ear area and all the way around the front of my hair. So I like to disguise that slightly with the blonde so you don't notice my roots going through as much. Unless I leave it a little bit too long. Anyway, I still have the blonde around the front, and if I do miss the blonde, my hairdresser is an absolute genius. Hi Laura, love you lots. She's put lots of blonde through, so if I flip it, you can still see the blonde. I love her, she's so good. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's get on with the Sultry palette. There are some absolutely beautiful shades in here, 14 cool tone shades in total. There are 7 metallic shades and 7 matte shades. And as usual, it comes with a little brush, which I find quite harsh on the skin, but that's just my opinion. So I don't really like doing swatches, but I am going to do swatches because I know you're all going to ask me how they swatched. So I'm going to show you. So let's just go into Fresh straight away and pop that here. All these shadows are extremely pigmented. In fact, I think they're pigmented to a fault because oh, that's amazing, that one, isn't it? Because I've got really pale skin, I was hoping that these weren't going to be as pigmented as they actually are. This is the shade Ember. It's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. This is the shade Bloom, which I have on today. The mattes are really easy to blend out, which is very difficult. I think Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes have sometimes got that wrong and they have been quite difficult to blend and ended up being a little bit muddy. I haven't had that experience so far with this palette. It's all been really nice and really blendable, and I do like a matte shadow because I think it's really, really flattering on a more mature skin. So going from this side, we've got Fresh, Pearl, Steampunk, Rose Quartz, Ember, Bloom and Birch. And on this side, the lower tier. Alright, get rid of my jewellery that my mum made me. Okay, so starting from this side, we have Cinder, Twig, Teak, Dystopian, Cyborg, Slate and Noir. So that's all of the shades in this palette, all cool toned, all absolutely beautiful. I've got to say these metallics are gorgeous, really, really gorgeous. I find that they apply better with your fingertips than they do with an actual brush, and I think they will be a lot more pigmented if you apply them with your finger, unless you actually dampen the brush itself. But that's entirely up to you. Okay, so these are so super pigmented, they are not coming off just by rubbing my fingers on some tissue, so I will have to wash these with an oil cleanser to get these off. So super pigmented. So if you're wanting a super pigmented shadow, although I do think that that comes with its own challenges because sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to blend out if you get too much on your brush. So you have to be very, very careful not to get too much on your brush. Always knock off the excess when you are using super pigmented shadows like these. all ABH shadows are super pigmented. The only negative that I found in this particular palette, and this is very personal to me because I have quite pale skin, I don't think there is a natural enough and pale enough transition shade in this palette. In fact, I don't think there is a natural enough or pale enough transition shade in any of her palettes. I always have to use a different palette for a transition shade, which I think is a real shame. And it's because these shades are so super pigmented, even though you may think that Twig would be a great transition shade, or perhaps Birch would be a great transition shade, because they are so super pigmented and my skin is quite fair, they are a little bit too dark. I like my transition shades to be 2 to 3 shades darker than my natural skin colour. So these are a lot darker than that, so I've had to do some super blending today. But I'm going to show you how I created this look so you can see how the shadows actually blend and how they work. I'm going to speed through it a little bit with a bit of funky music in the background, so hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you all at the end. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, please do give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to also follow me on Instagram if you are interested in seeing an insight into my personal life and also the whole makeup world. There will also be giveaways on there and makeup looks that don't appear on YouTube. So make sure you're following me on Instagram as well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, there is a watermark in this corner. If you click on it, it will take you through to my homepage where you can subscribe. Hope to see you all again soon. Bye.